Hello and welcome to the second interview that we are having with one of our Columban missionaries, who is Father Martin Koroiciri, who is from Fiji but works in Santiago down in Chile. So good evening, Martin, and welcome.
Good evening, Trevor, and thank you for having me again.
Well, that's good. It's good the second time round. So I was wondering, well, what would the people watching us be interested in? So I thought maybe one way would be if you could share a little bit of what's happened to you over the last week. What's happened in the parish within San Columbano?
For the moment, we've been trying to attend to the needs of the people here. We have, just last week, we had to supply groceries to a family that recently got their house burnt down, and there was a young 5-year-old who died in that fire. So we were trying to help those families out, and also others who were affected or infected with corona. We've had to deliver food to quite a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah, and at the moment we're trying to prepare one of our what you call this meeting rooms, salas, that we normally use for the alcohol anonymous and narcotic anonymous meetings. We're trying to change that into lodgements or temporary lodgements for women who can't find a place to sleep.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we've been trying to arrange that with one of another parish priest from a sanctuary just close by, about 20 minutes drive. He's offered bunks, so it's been quite a busy week.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like it. Yeah.
For a country that's got a lot of restrictions, we're still busy. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that you're struggling. Your Spanish is so good that the Spanish words are coming very quickly, but you have to translate them into English. So,
yeah,
obviously becoming part of the culture there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm still not good at it. I struggle a lot to train, but it's that it's not so much trying to form it, it's trying to pass on the message that's the main challenge. Just trying to pass on the right information, because if you say it in a wrong way, it can offend the people also.
Right.
So
you have to be careful.
Your way around the language. Yeah.
You mentioned about visiting the people with coronavirus. I mean, I can remember reading reports when this first started in Italy, and how a lot of the priests went out to help people with coronavirus, and many priests died in the diocese of Bergamo, I think. So I was wondering, I mean, what sort of precautions do you need to take when you go to visit people who've got coronavirus?
Well, we don't enter the premises. We have to wear gloves and masks on. Okay. And we just deliver the packages to the front gate.
Oh, I see.
And we call them and we let them know that it's there.
Right.
Yeah, and it's the same process for all houses, because we don't know which one is infected and which one isn't. Right. So yeah, but those that have been confirmed, we try to limit our contact with them, right. Because here in Latin America, people are very, what you call this, effect they like to hug and kiss. Like it's a Latin American, yeah. They have that physical expression. So yeah, it's quite difficult to try and limit that. So to restrain, yeah, we try our best. Yeah, we try our best to restrain from it, but we show in some other form, like a bow or a wave, in some form to communicate with them that spiritually we are with them.
Right.
But since we have to serve other people, we try to distance ourselves.
And it's still, and like today, as Sunday, you've had mass Where did you go for
Yeah.
Mass yourself today?
Today I just celebrated here alone in my chapel.
Oh, right.
Not in the
Okay.
chapel, in the living room. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because you had it live streamed, did you?
Yeah, no, that mass for Sunday I normally record it on Fridays,
Okay.
and the young lady that deals with the, I don't know, with the
With the
compiling of the
technology.
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the technology, she's really good at it. Yeah, so she does that, and she releases it on Sunday at 10 a.m.
Oh, right.
and
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 10 a.m. is your
all the,
regular Mass. Yeah.
yeah, so
Oh,
the
that's good.
parishioners can see it. Yeah, it's really going well. We've have been having good responses and a lot of volunteers. Mm.
The volunteers for the Mass, what you mean? Or
For the
for,
mass, yeah,
oh, yeah,
yeah,
okay.
volunteers for the mass. Even some members who have not participated, they've been texting the coordinators and saying, "We just want to let you know we still exist here, so please use us." So we'll
Oh,
be,
that's nice. Yeah.
yeah. So we're trying to divert or we're trying to distribute the responsibility so that other people can get a chance to record
Right.
themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
love it. They love recording, reading the psalms with a statue of Our Lady, or some things like that can help promote their community also. Mm.
Right. Yes. Yeah. It helps to bind the people together. Yeah. That's very
Mm.
good.
Yeah.
I was wondering, one of the things I always found me after I worked in the Philippines for a while, and when I came back from the Philippines, people would ask me the question, what's it like in the Philippines, Trevor? And it's a big question, really.
Mm.
So I thought I'd give you a bit of practice. If you get ready, when would you expect to be going home to Fiji?
For my vacation,
Yeah, yeah, for
uh,
your vacation.
I think that would be next year, December, sometime like that.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
got about 18 months to go.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, let's say you arrive back home and they ask you, what's it like working in Santiago? What are you going
Mm.
to tell them?
Uh, it's an interesting journey. Yeah. To put it in one sense, it's an interesting journey. It's a beautiful journey as well, because uh, we living here, you get to learn to care for the people,
Hmm.
cry with them, laugh with them, and you get to experience a whole type of living in another world. Um, in the Latin American world. So
Okay,
it's totally different from Fiji, where we have cultural protocols. We have we have a certain way of doing things, and in Latin America it's totally different. And freedom of speech, and activities like protesting, things like that, people trying to show what they believe in, is totally different. And how you understand that, how you try to stand in their shoes, and try to see where is God in all this, and how can we be witnesses to this, is a challenge, and it's a wonderful journey. Yeah.
wow, wow. It sounds like it's been special for you.
Oh yeah, it's been a roller coaster ride, like during the protests, and all these situations where at one point, uh, we even think, I will even think, oh, will I survive this week? But
Really? Yeah.
yeah, well, it's just looking at the political situation, and looking at and through all those difficult situations that we faced, how hope seems to shine through is just an amazing experience.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, how families tend to try to support each other when things go dark, when all these restrictions are all on in this pandemic era, how families still seem um, to support each other, calling their relatives, or just trying to keep their hopes up. that's an inspiring thing that always encourages me. Yeah, inspiring.
Wow,
Mm.
wow. So you seem to have got rather close to the people. I mean, you seem to be, as you said, you're feeling with the people and you're crying with them and you're laughing with them. It's
Yeah, yeah,
speaks of a great connection.
yeah. Well, like I mentioned in my lesson, I'm still a baby priest. I'm still learning. There's still a lot to learn too. Yeah, but it's wonderful journey.
Yeah,
Mm.
well, that's great. Um, what about if you, like, as a parish priest, if you were a parish priest in Fiji, or you were a parish priest in Fiji, or if for instance, you went back to Lambasa and became the parish priest of Lambasa, would you try to do anything different from what the Columbans have been doing in Lambasa? Are there any things that you've learned from Latin America that you'd like to take back?
That's
Big
an
question,
interesting
I know.
question. Yeah. Well, one of the first things that I learned from the seminary is never make changes in your first year.
Okay,
So what I would do if I would arrive to be appointed as a parish priest, maybe for the first year, I would try to observe the reality that's been happening there, and even try to see if some of the things I learned here can be applied there.
right,
But it takes steps, and it takes time to try and see what can be done here. But for me, the main important thing to do is to be a witness first, to be a
uh-huh,
witness to um, how life is there, and how
right,
we can be a positive contribution to that mission. Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
instead of just imposing on the
something,
ideas that I learned. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So be first to observe and try to see where I can be more productive.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense. As you say, you can't just pick up
Mm.
something and transplant it and plonk it in a
Yeah.
different kind of field or something or other. I mean, I
Yeah.
was over in Fiji earlier this year, and I was impressed by the catechists. I mean, heard about the catechist program for a long time, but there are some
Mm.
great catechists, some great men there working in the different
Oh
parishes
yeah.
around the place, and that's a
Mm.
real strength, I think,
Mm.
of the Fijian church. And of course, they've got all these villages and the parishes so spread out. You need to have some
Mm.
sort of focus.
Mm. Yeah, I was in actually when I went to visit my island home. I noticed how the catechists were really um, uh, what you call this, the right hand man of the parish priest.
Right.
How like the priest just comes in and says mass, and well, he has his work, but the catechists are the ones that hold up the community when the priests aren't there.
Yeah. Yeah.
They lead community prayers, and they lead in community work, and they try to keep the people bound together. Yeah, it's quite challenging, but it's amazing
Right.
to see them at
Yeah.
work. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. The I'm still intrigued by how you're able to feed all of these people. And where does the food come from? I mean, I suppose from the markets. Is that right? Where do you, and people donate the food as well?
Yeah. Well, so the project that we have is that distributes food is called Manos de Misericordia, or Hands of Mercy. It was originally to try and help those that are really in need, especially in this time where a lot of people around within our parish are losing jobs.
Right. Yeah.
But that name has more meaning now, because when we receive donations from Columban benefactors, um, we, we receive them, and then we distribute, and then the word goes out that we are doing this work, and there are other people from within the neighborhood that are willing to donate things as well. So um, our objective, it changes from trying to help people to trying to maintain or have this bond that people can actually help each other out, you know.
Right.
So
Okay.
we have an outlet for them to come and donate, and then we'll send it forward to those that really need it, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think I wrote an article in the Far East, I think, about this name, and it has turned from hands of mercy from outside to the hands of mercy within, where they learn to, you know, hold hands together and stand together. And honestly, that's a dream, yeah,
Yeah.
that
No, it
I'd
sounds
really love
wonderful.
to do this, because when I first came here, I saw that the communities here can be very individualistic. They just think of their own families or their own, you know,
Right.
area. But once this goes on, it's the hope that, you know, they can be more generous. They can be more open to helping people whom they have never met. You know, so yeah, it's been
Wow.
really
Wow.
challenging, but there's hope. There's hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. No, that's fabulous. Really, I think that's great.
yeah.
Sort of that's a change and a conversion for amongst the people, and it happens through
Yeah.
kind of the challenge of trying to look after the neighbours. Yeah.
Mm,
No, I think
mm,
that's good.
yeah.
Well, Martin, we're just about done. Just about
Okay.
time is just about up. So I'd just like to
Oh,
thank you,
yeah.
on behalf of everyone,
Thank you.
for being willing to participate in this conversation.
Yeah.
We here in Australia as Columbans, we think we're very proud of what's happening in
Yeah.
places like in Chile or across the board. So to be able to hear what you're doing gives us great satisfaction.
Mm. Well,
So
I'd like to thank also the Columban benefactors of Australia for all their help. It's because of them that we can have a seminary in Fiji, and we can, you know, uh, we can send out missionaries, and it's because of them that I'm actually here where I am, you know, serving. Yeah, it's really inspiring to know that there are people who are um, with us in spirit, who are connected to us in their prayers, and yeah, it's really uplifting. So yeah, I just want to thank all the benefactors for
thank you
their
very much.
help.
So, and we'll even pray for you too. So thank you very much.
Thank you very
And God
much,
bless.
Trevor.
Thanks very much, Martin. All of us. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
So